So, how's it going so far?
Oh, it's awesome. We've been doing a lot of rehearsing. This morning we had a really great session. We finished up two new songs. It was pretty exhausting, as you can see. One is called Doctors. The other one's called Exhaustion. Basically, we've just been having a whole lot of fun. Psst. Psst.
What's going on?
Shh. If you really want to know what's going on, I think Henrik's been pretty distracted recently. Basically because his crazy bird has been hanging around all the time, and I think it's really starting to affect our practice times. Good Lord, he's such a light sleeper.
No, I wasn't talking about Robin.
So, do you think your relationship with Robin is putting a strain on Dark Infancy?
You asked him about it? Well, what'd he say?
Nothing, really.
Of course he said nothing. Babies are so stubborn. That's why they make such bad actors.
So why do you think Robin is such a distraction, as you put it?
Well, she's always, showing up unannounced. She'll just, come over whenever she wants and just, hang out all day. She's always around, stroking Hank's ego and putting all sorts of crazy ideas in his head.
Like what?
Well, she'll say stuff like, you're really the cute one, and you should move to LA, and you should have separate representation. And, I think she's trying to get him into child modeling. She's always telling him, these inappropriate jokes. And don't get me wrong, I think it's good for Henrik to hear stuff like this sometimes. And, I know he really likes her, but, I know she's just up to something. Recently Henrik's been saying about how, our stuff should be more jazzy. I know that's Robin's idea. I know she plays the keyboards. I think she's just trying to, find some way to, work herself into the band.
Would that really be so bad?
Absolutely.
Why?
Well, first, she's got a history, and I can show you what I'm talking about. So in 1983, Robin's hanging out with Eddie Van Halen basically all the time. Then Van Halen puts out 1984, you see, let's see, special thanks, blah, 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 Robin, special thanks, Robin. Okay, so 1984 becomes the most keyboard-laden Van Halen album to date. Immediately following the tour, David Lee Roth leaves the band. Special thanks, Robin, indeed. We've got Superchunk. Here's to Shutting Up. This one produced by Brian Paulson, a longtime friend of Robin. Again, the most keyboard-laden Superchunk album to date, and this came out in 2001. Since 2001, no new Superchunk studio albums. And then we've got At the Gates, Slaughter of the Soul, widely regarded as the band's sellout album. Not a lot of keyboards on this one, but Robin was definitely hanging around in Gothenburg at the time, just walking around, telling everyone on the street, this city needs to come up with its own sound. And then sure enough, out comes Slaughter of the Soul. Again, the band breaks up after the tour. Axl Rose, the list just goes on. And also, when she's hanging out with Henrik, it isn't all smiles and giggles for Henrik. She's totally manipulating him. Sometimes it's you're the greatest Henrik, and other times she's just totally badgering them and cutting them down, and it really bums him out, which isn't cool. And sometimes she, you know, worst problem is that she brings out his violent side, you know. I know there's been at least one serious altercation between those two, and we just don't need that in Dark Infancy. And then also, you know, just state the obvious, Robin's a bird. How can we have a bird in this band? You know, do I need to remind you that our bass player is a cat? You know, obviously she's not a touring member, but you put a cat and a bird in a band, and that's just asking for trouble.
What's your relationship with Robin like?
Well, you know, I try to be civil, but she really just doesn't like me, you know. She's always playing these stupid, you know, she keeps calling them practical jokes, but they're really pretty rude. And you know, I know it's having a really bad influence on Henrik as well.
So how do you think this whole thing is going to play out?
I don't know. I mean, I was hoping, you know, she'd just go away, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. You know, and I guess I should talk to Henrik, but I know he likes her a lot, and you know, I don't want him going off half-cocked. I don't know what we do. All right. Time for a band meeting. Band meeting. Pumpkin. Sure, you can bring your pacifier. Sorry, Robin. Band meeting, members only. Alright, so who thinks our band logo needs to be more symmetrical?